Hi, mathematicians. Today we're going to do some work with exponents. Some of the things we do today are going to kind of remind you of scientific notation and the work we did with those exponents. This is something that you will apply in Algebra 1. You will use a lot of variables for this. We're going to use numbers right now because it's going to make it make a little more sense to you. As you go through the activities today, there's a notes section where I've given examples, but I've also linked it to another video. So for the different rules, if you feel like you need a little more explanation or to see more examples, make sure to watch those videos. Most of them are only a minute or two long, or you can always rewatch this one. But there are four big rules we're going to talk about when we talk about exponents. The first one is the product rule. Now you'll see product means multiplication. So I'm going to review this again, make sure we understand. Base here is 4, exponent is 5, base of 4, exponent of 9. When we multiply exponents, or things with an exponent, if they have the same base, I keep the base the same. Now I add the exponents. So my base remains 4. I add 5 plus 9, and I get 14. So my answer here is 4 to the 14th power. I can do the same thing with negative exponents. So let's be careful here because we got to remember our integer rules. So my base of my answer is going to be 3. When I do 10 plus negative 2, I'm actually going to get 8. Okay, I've got to be really careful not to make that 12 because there is that negative 2 there. My integer rules still apply. So when you are multiplying numbers where the base is the same, you keep your base the same, you add the exponents, that becomes your new exponent. Quotient means the answer to a division problem. And this is kind of similar and they're related. The base for this one is 7, so the base for my answer will also be 7. Now, I'm going to look at my exponents. I have 8 and I have 3. I'm going to subtract those. So I've got 8 minus 3 is 5. For this next one, I have a base of 5. Now when I subtract, I have to be careful. This exponent is 6. This exponent is negative 2. 6 minus negative 2, and I'm going to write it down here just so you can see it. 6 minus negative 2. I hope you remember that really is like 6 plus 2, which means our exponent here is going to be 8. Now we're going to move on to the power of a power. Okay, so this is where we have 8 to the 3rd, and then that whole thing is raised to the 4th power. So when I think about this, my base is going to stay as the same, so my base is going to be 8. Now I multiply the exponents. So 3 times 4 is 12. My answer is 8 to the 12th. Down here, my base stays the same, so 12 to the 6th squared is going to be 12, and then I have to multiply these. 6 times 2 is 12. That's the same thing as 12 to the 12th. Zero power is interesting, and there's a video below that if you really want to kind of understand the why behind all of this, it might be a really interesting thing for you to watch. Any number to the 0 power, you might be thinking is 0. I'm guessing you guys already were like, oh, that's 0, move on. It's not. Anything to the 0 power is 1. I'm going to say that again because I'm guessing you very smart people saw 0 power and you're like, oh, 15 to the 0, that's 0. It's not. It's 1. Okay, so while you are working through today's activities, the thing I want you to keep in mind, in addition to these rules, are you're not actually giving me the answer. You're not multiplying or solving 4 to the 14th power and writing out that big number. You are simplifying these answers today. So I'm not actually going to throw this in my Desmos calculator and find the answer. The answer that I want is this simplified version. Okay, so make sure you understand that as you're working through these activities, that you want the simplified version, not the answer. I don't want to find out what is 5 to the 8th. I don't really care right now. Okay, doesn't matter. My answer to this simplified is 5 to the 8th. That's it. Okay. So watch any of the videos below that you need as some additional examples. Read through the examples I've given. At the very bottom today, there's a challenge. I'd love it if you'd give it a try. I think most of you can think through it and do that. So I think some of us have been wanting a challenge with our math recently. So take this as an opportunity to push yourself a little bit. Virtual office hours are Tuesdays and Thursdays at 2 o'clock. I would love to see you at those. If you have questions, we can work through some of these because some of these are a little weird to try and ask through email. But please let me know if you need any help. I'll see you guys later. Bye.